No, man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the farm ball, get around with the arm with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo. We back, baby. It's Tuesday night. Knucklehead Comics. Cap is in the building. Totaz in the building. Ray is on his way. Supposedly, he's turning in the show. Can't trust this man. We're gonna have to put him through a table. We're taking the dog.
So the after school programs he's got with his kids.
Word. But we're back after a week off, and some Fantastic Four news has been coming around. There's some news with the Disney shows. Apparently, if I'm not mistaken, Moon Knight, She-Hulk, and Miss Marvel got cleared for season 2 of their shows. So let's see how that works out now.
Yeah.
And then what other news we got, Cap? You're the news guy.
No other big movie news. Everything seems to be coming back online, regular schedule. Oh, Dave Filoni for Cabs and his love of Star Wars. Dave Filoni is now promoted to the creative head of creative. Essentially, I know you guys do the wrestling. He's now the Triple H at Lucasfilms, the chief creative officer, I think that's called. So now all decisions or everything's got to flow through him basically, and he is now in charge of making sure everything lines up, makes sense, flows correctly. Hopefully he's not going to let anybody do too much stupid shit. Let's see, we don't know what that means for shit that was already in production. So like next year we're going to get the Skeleton Crew show. Don't know what that's about, but that's already pretty much done. He's got nothing to do with it. The Acolyte, I don't know how much he's going to have his hands into that, because that's already pretty far into its thing that it's doing. So there still might be a few shows that good or bad, are not going to have his seal of approval because they've already started taking off running before he got into this new position. But this is, for me, this is a win. This is a good thing. This is a great step in the right direction, and let's see if he can pull it off, and let's see what happens going forward.
Let's see. It's not like they've been swinging and missing, because their shows were enjoyable. It was just certain people didn't like it because for whatever reason. But I don't think they're in dire straits as in the Marvel MC. I think just people just got tired of Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Because in all honesty, it's a bunch of, we don't know who they are, but Mando seems like the strongest. We don't know who he is, but he's a Mandalorian. So he's not a Force user. He's not somebody that dealt with Skywalker. That's like it's something fresh, it's something new. Pretty sure people latched on to that. And with Ahsoka season 1 being season 7 of Rebels, it's kind of hard for people to watch.
Yeah, from everything that I read from or looked up from this fan base of Star Wars, it is in dire straits, and they are in a huge need for a win. Because as good as Ahsoka was, the last 2 episodes almost tanked the entirety of the goodwill that had built up through the first 6 episodes. So what's up there, Loki?
What's going on, Loki? Well, all right, so he's saying that rumors that the Marvel Spotlight shows are canceled. Well,
I didn't hear anything about shows being canceled. I did hear shows now being thrown, like certain shows being thrown under that banner. Like Echo is going to be Marvel Spotlight. But I didn't hear anything about shows being canceled specifically.
So what is Marvel Spotlight? Is that just the Disney Plus shows?
Just a branding thing. Like if you oh, what the fuck was it? Like Punisher was under a different Marvel name for a while. So was Ghost Rider. It's just a different wing of naming convention.
Okay. So as of right now, the only movie we got coming out is Deadpool.
Yes.
And we have What If Season 2, December 22nd. And Echo, January 1st? 3rd?
It's somewhere in the early parts of January. With regards to Season 2 of What If, the first ever release strategy, they're releasing each episode consecutively. So 9 episodes, 9 days. So that you're not going to see us come back and, hey, here's episode 1, let's discuss. Next week, episode 2. We're going to have pretty much all of them in a span of 1 week. With
episode 1 through 7.
The last few, I think.
Yeah. Well, speaking of episode 1 through 7, Loki, I did this for you. I did this for Cavs, and I did this for all Ray's kids. I sat through all 7 movies of the Harry Potters back to back, and the 3 or 4 Lord of the Ring movies. And a quick synopsis, a quick review, they're not for me. They're not for me. They're not for me. I thought I'm watching part 1. I'm like, yo, what happened to this journey? Where was the fucking Hobbit? We're going on a journey. And then I was like, oh, that's from the Hobbit movie. That happened before this. Then I was like, let me look up the Hobbit movie. There's 5 Hobbit movies. I said, no. You get Lord of the Rings. You don't get the Hobbits. Because I remember the Hobbit. They got the ring. And now we go into the Lord of the Rings because that was what it was. And now you got the Hobbit's Return, the Hobbit's Beverly Hills Cop 3, the Hobbit, the ring is like a circle. Like I don't know how much adventures this guy went on before people realized he had the ring. Because in Lord of the Rings 1, the 9 kings that had the rings, that rhymes. Big Fool, write that shit down when you hear this. They became obsessed with the shit and they turned into fucking death dealers and they were chasing the ring. So how much can this fucking guy do without people chasing him? But like I said, that's neither here nor there. It's not for me. Harry Potter is the only person I ever met that goes to a school full of wizards and no one can be wizards. No. When he's a fucking 7-year-old boy, he could fight Voldemort. He could fight a 2-headed dog. He could fight the witches of Monte Cristo. No one believes him. He did it in front of everybody. No one believes this fucking kid. They shut down the school, and then the last one, they go, you know what? I'm going to stand up for this fucking 17-year-old kid because, God forbid someone else did it before. We couldn't protect him against Voldemort, so now we're going to fight against Voldemort at the last time. And then everybody almost dies. And then he had to die, and I'm like, all right, yeah, you could tell this was written by a woman. Hermione, the reason why I say this is because Hermione was so she was OP. Hermione, if you think about it, Hermione was the best one out of all of them. She could have handled Voldemort easy. No problem, no sweat. She knew already what the fucking deal was. She didn't even need to speak to fucking Dumbledore to figure out that there were fucking all these things to kill Voldemort because he put his soul in the other shit. He didn't need to do that. Fucking Frankie wants to get jealous and goes, I got your back. And the minute the going gets tough, he's leaving. And then he comes back because he needed to leave to come back. And I'm like, yeah, woman wrote this shit. And there's only 2 types of men in that movie. It's the fucking idiot that's too afraid to do shit, or the fucking Captain America Brad Pitt looking motherfucker who's stupid. There's no in between here. And it's even the adults are the same way. Snake, he got picked on by Harry Potter's father. This it's like, so you turn into the fucking the kid with the white hair in Smithering. And then his father's a bitch, and he's with Voldemort, and then he's a bitch, and then you guys I was like, you know what? I saw all of it. The 7th one was the best one because there was some fighting in there, some action and shit. But other than that, this ain't for me. I don't know. I know Cap loves them shits more than he loves DC Universe, but they're not for me.
Funny enough, never seen any of the Harry Potters, never seen any of the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit. Even though I know D&D is based off the Lord of the Rings, never seen them.
And I've been quoting the movie wrong. It's not Harry Potter is my friend. No, the line is
best friend.
No, he goes, I came to save Harry Potter and his friends. That's what he says right before he dies from the knife.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's like a Star Wars moment where everybody's like, Luke, I am your father. But it's no. He goes, no, I am your father.
Yeah. And Fabula Mashkish. The whole time I'm just screaming out, slithering and lavate los manos. And they're not for me. I wanted to catch up on the Godfathers because they were on the TV while I was in the state. And that's how I watched them. But I can't watch the Godfathers because they're not on HBO or anything. I gotta get Stars or some shit. So now I gotta figure out some other movie that I haven't seen in a minute.
I can tell you right now, skip Godfather 3.
That's what they say, but I was like, you know what? Now that I'm an adult and I do adulting fairly well, better than most. I'm in debt. I don't get no money back from the taxes. I got gray hairs. My adulting skills are on point. I was like, let me see these fucking movies. Let me see this shit that everybody's raving about that I could give a shit about. And that was it's not for me. Not for me.
Not for me
What about
neither.
you, Kat?
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I've never been a guy.
Good.
I've never been a guy for magic. Or even the fucking the yo, this guy's coming to end the world. So what? It's not my fight. You live in the world? Yeah, it's your fight.
Well,
You
no.
can't hide. You can't hide from the world.
I kind of disagree with that. For the simple fact that, okay, I am usually into magic and fantasy and all that shit. But Harry Potter, I was too old when it came out. And I wasn't gonna watch a kids movie. Like a movie specifically for kids with kids in it. And now I'm even older, I don't give a shit. The Lord of the Rings was just too boring for me. I mean, my fan, the shit that I like is doesn't need to be action packed or high pace, but I just like shit that's, I don't know, it's more creator driven than just some dude sat down and wrote a story and now you're just telling me the same shit he told me. But to your overall point, this new season that I'm watching for Critical Role, which I bring up a bunch on this channel, they are tasked with saving the gods. Somebody wants to literally unleash a god eater, and in D&D, gods are real. You can talk to them. They show up. They're how you get your powers for certain people and all that shit. And these guys who are showing up to save the world, the player characters, it is a little bit like, well, hold on. Why are these guys going to save the gods? Where the fuck are all the clerics and the paladins? And where's all the fucking champions that these gods have to go save the day? Why the fuck are these guys doing it? And they saved themselves. They saved themselves that this feels like a party of NPCs that just got tasked with like everybody else disappeared. And, oh shit, it's us. We're the ones now who gotta save it.
It's
But
like
I
that
do-
one old person just pointed.
Yeah.
It's you. I guess we got to save the world.
But I do agree with the point where, or I disagree with your point, and I put in at a certain point, there's gotta some of these things, like the people who are saving the day are underqualified. Like, we're the people who are actually qualified to do this shit. It shouldn't fall on Jim Bob
Yeah.
to show up.
Yeah, and it's also like fucking Frodo. He was the only one that could resist the ring that ultimately succumbed to the power of the ring. Because before they destroyed it, he's like, it's mine, and then whatever the fuck this guy's name is, Brash just came in and he threw both of them in the fucking thing, and the father's still obsessed with the ring, and I'm sitting there like, I get it, but this movie is Rudy all the way. What's going on, Leon? Like the guy who played Rudy, that was with Frodo.
Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, he made this movie. He was the one that kept inspiring Frodo to go. He's the one that saved his life countless times. He's the one that protected the ring. Like, this motherfucker, where's his flowers? Like, again, I think half a woman wrote this because, like, this man is in the background doing all this shit and not getting no motherfucking credit. Like, this man literally did everything. He cooked, he took care of him, he killed the spider, he held the ring down, he did this, he did that, he inspired him and another fucking army to keep fighting. But Frodo's the man. Frodo's the one that saved everybody because he was the one that was tasked to throw the shit in the lava. Bag of Bones should have been the one to fucking like, yo, you did this, man. You the reason why this did this shit. If Frogo would have did this shit himself, his muffin cap would have been peeled back blue.
I know where that's from. I still don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know what that means either. It's just it happens. It happens sometimes. But yeah, I like I said, it's not for me. I don't hate it. Some people like that shit. What I don't understand is the people that watch this shit should have no problem with fucking Fast and Furious. Fast and the Furious is actually fucking. They tell you that it's made in a fantasy world.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No,
They don't bullshit you.
Fast and Furious is supposed to be done in the fucking real world.
It's made in a family-oriented world. You going Fast and Furious. There's no rings there. Only rings you got are piston rings.
Dude,
And the
I'll tell you right now,
gabagool.
even though I'm not into Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, those are complete stories. As opposed to Fast and Furious, which just shows up. And what are we doing now? We're doing this now? Cool. And the next movie, what are we doing? Something different? Fine. Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares that the third one was all about drifting? It has nothing to do with the other fucking movie.
It was a complete story, though. And Dominic Ken when it's against zombies. Shit. No, but yeah, I mean, it's just like I said. 9 people went with him. 2 people died, and then everyone left him. And so Protects a Lot went with Frodo. It was just them 2. And then the other people got kidnapped, and these people like, well, let's go start an army to fight the dark evil. It was a lot of things at once happening. At one point, at no point was I like, I have no idea what's going on. But the entire time was like, I couldn't tell you what's going on. I know what's happening, but I don't know why. I don't know why. Like
You were listening.
the
You just
wizard.
didn't hear what they said.
No, because the thing is, it's like this. It's like the wizard wants the ring. The death dealers want the ring. And they go in the war to take over the planet. It's not where the ring's at.
Yeah, all right,
And
you know what?
I remember Gandalf being like the white, and he turned into this major shit, and he's like, oh, Gandalf turned into platinum, and he's gonna kamikaze him, and he never had a wizard battle. And I'm like, what happened to this? I'm starting to think, like, yo, did I watch the wrong fucking movie the first time? Like, I only saw the Hobbits? Because I'm sitting here going, yo, what happened to this majestic fucking elves army that just went up against some other shit? That's not happening here. That was did the Hobbit do this again? And they just said, fuck it, we're gonna make the book now? Is the Hobbit and Lords of the Ring 2 different things and I'm just fucking it up? Everybody?
Yeah, so Lords of the Ring is the first book, or the first series of books, because it's the Fellowship of the Rings, Two Towers, and some
Return
other
of the
shit,
King.
I think. Yeah, and then The Hobbit is a prequel. It's one book that they made into 3 movies. I don't even think.
Long
I
ass
think
book.
comparatively, each of the Lord of the Rings books is like that thick. The Hobbit book is like that thick. You know what?
That's crazy.
Now, I'm here officially. I'm gonna stake my claim here. I'm gonna go watch the Lord of the Rings movies. just to see if the description of it is accurate or not, or as Show would like to say, accurate.
Listen, man, they didn't have no black daughter, so Show don't know what's happening. But
Yeah, I actually have something to do on this weekend, so I might start like Sunday or something like that. But
yeah, I mean, it was like I saw it in 1.5 days.
yeah, but I'm gonna be away all day Saturday.
Yeah, the Harry Potters is gonna be that's difficult to do because there's 7 of them. The only cool thing is that each one of them has the number on the title, so I can tell what's next. Like I'm over here, like which one is the first one? I had to Google it. All right, this one came out in 2002. We'll watch that. This
But
one
you
came
had
out in
to Google-
2003.
You had to Google
All right,
what?
we'll watch that. The Lords of the Rings.
You could have just asked me.
At work, I'm like, yo, the Twin Towers, the duplex of hell, King Nukkle, and then the ring bearer. I don't know which one came first, the chicken and egg. I'll be right back.
So for
Yeah,
everybody, huh?
yeah.
No, I was just
Okay.
gonna try to fill the air where you're. So for
I was gonna try to
everybody
get that.
listening in, so this Saturday I'm actually going to an expo called PAX Unleash, which is a smaller variation on the PAX experience, which is a tabletop gaming convention. They got video games, tabletop games, card games, board games, a whole bunch of shit like that. I'm heading down there for the first time just to check out what it is. They got one in December that's coming up in Philly. Then the actual PAX East, the big one, is in Boston, I think in March. Which I'm deciding on whether or not to go there. I'm gonna see what it's like here at this little smaller one. Just get a taste of what's going on. Uh, I don't know if you guys want to report on that or we tried to do one for Comic Con, but that never came to fruition. But I'll take some pictures and shit like that and give you guys what the experience is. So far, I got 2 things that I'm gonna try to do. One is a mini paint. So they have a thing called take and paint, where you get to show up, you take a mini, and then you go through the process of painting it. I've never painted a mini before. I get all mine that I got before the colored option on Hero Forge they're all still gray. Never touched them. Then I did the Kickstarter for Hero Forge to get them in color, so I don't have to paint them. But try my hand at that. I also signed up for one of the public games, so I'm gonna be for the first time in a convention. I'm gonna be social and talk to other people that I didn't come with, and sit down and play a game with them. So it's character growth. I'll let you know what happened with that shit.
And another thing,
And my man come in with the whole pepperoni stick.
word. Now in D&D, you're different levels, right? And you take that from Game of Thrones, the twin castles. But you never hear anyone go, but Dumbledore is a level 12 Blumberclad.
Okay.
Like what? You should be able to beat this fucking guy.
All right. So 2 things. One, Lord of the Rings came out before Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons, the guy Gary Gygax, I think is the guy who came up with Dungeons and Dragons. He read the books and then based his game off of that. So we got halflings, which are like hobbits, but he couldn't use the name because, he didn't. They were threatening to sue him over the usage, so he changed it to halflings. But essentially, he built the game and the world off of what those books were trying to do. So the whole leveling system and all that other shit came after what the books did. But if you want to do something similar to leveling, Gandalf was Gandalf the Grey, died, came back Gandalf the White. There's a leveling thing for you right there. And again, I vowed to go watch them. I'd have to watch the rest of the movies to see if I could pick up on any other little idiosyncrasies like that.
Yeah. Like I said, they're not for me. 'Cause I always wondered, like, can't you teleport these people where you at, wizard?
I mean, would there be no point for the fucking journey? That's the thing. The movie's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
Wong was like, this is the closest I can get you. You could have got him halfway.
Yeah, but that movie was not about the That movie was not about the journey. That movie was about the destination.
Even Mr. Loki agrees. Blah. I don't know. Maybe he's saying black. Gandalf the black. But yeah. Like I said, they're not for me. They're not for me.
So let's go to something that is for you a little bit. What do you think of the release schedule for What If? Going back a little bit old school, like if you like Family Matters or Fresh Prince, you had to watch every single day. Every day was a new fucking episode.
I don't know. Initially, I like it. Level Bummer Cloud is yeah, for real. Initially, I liked the release schedule, but then I was like, we gotta see how it works, because not every day we got free time. But as scientists, December 22nd is a Friday. That means the 23rd is a Saturday.
Yeah.
The 24th is a Sunday. And the 25th is Christmas. The first 4 episodes, we could sneak in there. But then the next 5, we could sneak in there also.
So would you then say it's too much?
No. Because it's a streamer service. If it was on cable TV, it's like, yo, we're going to do it every day at 9 o'clock. Well, nigga, nah. Yeah, bitch, yeah. I turned into Soldier Boy on you. It's fucking it's Christmas Eve and Christmas and Saturday. Shit gets done on Saturday. Sleeping. The Peter meeting the 80s version of the Avengers looks cool. Wait. What Peter? Peter Griffin?
No, I think that's one of the episodes.
Oh,
Like what if Spider-Man went back to the Avengers formed in the 80s?
that Peter. Okay. Get it. Got it.
Parker. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Marvel 1601 or 1602 What If. That's a run of comics that I've always wanted to get. Didn't have a chance to get them. Neil Gaiman did it, which is he's a fucking legend in the game. Did the Sandman series. That's back when they're all in the Renaissance versions of themselves. I'm gonna try to pick that book up one day. Try to catch up
Okay.
on all the shit I didn't do.
I didn't know they had the episodes out, like the episode list. Peter
Oh,
Quill.
Peter Quill.
Hmm?
Oh, that's the shit
There's so
when
many
he.
Peter.
Okay, now I know which episode you're talking about, and now I don't want to say nothing because now it would be a spoiler for Toe who doesn't like to watch trailers or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Motherfucker. I don't know. I felt like that needed to be there.
I'm surprised
But
it's not a button of yours.
it should be. I used to have the hello motherfucker. But you remember when I lost all my buttons?
Yeah, that seems to happen regularly with you.
Motherfuckers just fucking they just mysteriously disappear. They
So here's another thing with the release schedule. How are we gonna cover? Dude, I'm as soon as I get money, I'm gonna try to pick up 1602 because that's one that's been on my list for since it came out. But you know when you're not a successful YouTuber, you can't buy shit. Which
Word.
by the way, like, share, subscribe, retweet, whatever the fuck you gotta do.
And by all means, get this man a shield.
Yeah. Shit, what was I saying now?
You was gonna get money and
No, yeah, before that.
I'm surprised it's not a button. Hello, motherfucker. A lot of my shit gets deleted.
I mean, it was after that. Like, I don't.
The Peter Quill.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a
we was talking
spoiler.
about the episode. The episodes were put out.
Oh, there you go. Echo. How are we gonna cover Echo since it all drops in one day? I think they're doing only 5 episodes though.
I mean, when does it drop? That's the thing. Because if it drops on a weekend, there's no excuse.
Well, let's see. Marvel Echo will debut January 10th. January 10th is a Wednesday.
Yeah, so there's no excuse.
So, are we gonna cover all of the whole series at once?
Yeah, I mean, we could. It'd be easier to do it that way. Fucking just cover the whole series at once. Because we're gonna sit here and fucking speculate what's gonna happen, what's not gonna happen. So might as well just fucking do the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's a question further out then for you. With the strategy of releasing every single day until it's over for What If 2, or the strategy of dropping it all at once with Echo, what do you think they're going to do for the 18 episode, if it's still that way, run of Daredevil, if they can ever fucking fix that show?
I don't know.
Like,
I think that one you have to drop weekly.
So would you prefer then the weekly drop?
maybe 2 episodes a week. Drop 2 episodes a week and make everybody happy. 2 episodes a week, both episodes 2 hours long. Call it a fucking day.
Dude, no, you can't do fucking 2 hour episodes for 18 episodes.
Why not?
That's fucking ridiculous.
I just sat through fucking 12 hours of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but you didn't. That wasn't one, and then you had to watch the second one today, and then there's still 15 fucking more of them to go.
Yeah, that was. Shit.
Hello, motherfucker.
Got it. That's what I was doing while you was bullshitting. I saw where the button was.
Hours.
I saw where the button was, and I was like,
Hello there.
Dude, that's 36 hours of fucking TV. That's certain video games. that
shit,
you play
36
for.
hours of TV, you take 40 hours of work off for the week. Let's do it. Take the whole week off and we watch fucking Stranger Things season 4 and Daredevil season 1.
Fuck that. That's too much.
Ooh.
You all right? It might not be too much for you who has nothing else to do.
I got nothing
But
else. I'm on here 4 hours a day. Ask Loki. He's with us. Shit. Ask Leon the
nah.
King.
I got better things to do than to watch
Shit.
fucking 18 episodes, 2 hours each.
Bullshit,
I don't
Mr.
care how good
Handman.
that fucking show is.
Bullshit. How do you feel about the schedule? What do you think? Do you think they should drop it all at once, or they should just do weekly episodes?
Nah, you can't drop 18 motherfucking episodes at once unless they're a half hour each.
You act like once they drop it, we only got a day to watch it.
We do because we're in the business we're in. Where
What
we gotta
business
talk
we
about
in?
it and review it. If we were just regular folk who never talked
Fuck
about
that.
the shit and just watched it,
We don't.
cool.
This isn't school. We don't have homework assignments. They fucking drop it. We talk about what the fuck we talk about. We're not sitting here talking about fucking The Last Wish or the fucking the Scarlet Witch Johansson fucking movie or the Craven shit. We all know that's gonna suck. There's no reason to talk about it. We never talked about Venom and their symbiotes. The fuck out of here with this shit.
But we're not gonna talk about Daredevil.
We are, but we're gonna talk about what we could talk about. You think, in all honesty, that me and you gonna watch the whole fucking series, and Cabs and Ray are gonna watch the whole series with us? Or is Cabs gonna be like, yo, I only saw the first 3 episodes, player?
But that's what I'm saying. Like if we're all sit here to discuss, we all got to be on the same page. You can't sit here and like one of us has powered through all 18, the other one saw 3 of them, somebody saw 5, somebody saw 6. Like,
What that got to do with them dropping all once?
for the sake of us doing this here, then it's gonna think about it. If perfect example, anytime show shows up here, how much he doesn't know because he didn't watch or whatever, he can't join into the conversation. We only get to a certain point. If I had watched all 18, you guys had only watched 5. Then by the time you guys caught up to 6, 7, and 8, I'd have to watch them again just to remember what the fuck happened. It's gonna be like watching this shit 18 times. The fucking
So
then that's like fucking homework. Then it's no longer watching to enjoy. It's watching because now I gotta make sure I know what the topic of the day is.
the topic of the day is a fucking show. Who says we're gonna even talk about this fucking show? We haven't spoke about the fact that they had the show complete and they completely fucking destroyed it because 4 episodes in, you sit and see Matt Murdock.
We did talk about it.
We didn't, not to an extent. You just mentioned it, and is it?
No, we brought it up when we brought up the whole fucking Marvel is burning shit. With
Yeah, that was
with
it.
Echo with
Yeah,
Blade.
we didn't talk about it to an extent where it was its own topic. We put that in there for as an example of how Marvel was burning.
Okay, but each time we do one of the shows, we talk about the episode. That's what our topic is what that last episode is. So if they
Majority of the time,
yeah, so I'm just saying if they dropped 18 episodes at once, that's not gonna fucking work.
but who?
All right, we'll see what happens with Echo, even though it's only 5.
Mr. Loki said weekly is good. You know what? They should drop 1 episode a month. Fuck it. 1 15-minute episode a month. You want to retain people? That's how you do it.
Shit, if they were to make up 2-hour episodes, then one a month would be fine because that'd be like a movie a month.
You still have to rewatch it because you're not gonna remember the shit happened last month.
Dude, we fundamentally have different views on what too much content is versus not too much content.
No, we
We've
don't.
established that.
We don't.
We do.
We have different views on what we're willing to do and what we're not willing to do. But we still wind up doing the shit. I don't know how 18 episodes is too much at one time, but we binge watch how many shows in a fucking weekend or in a fucking week.
Yeah, but
2
we
weeks.
don't talk about those shows. Again, if we weren't talking about it, then it's fine. Look, we don't talk about The Devil's Plan that we fucking binge watch. We don't talk about Hell's Kitchen or The Masked Singer or Blue-Eyed Ninja, Blue-Eyed Samurai that I started watching over the weekend. Like, there's a myriad of shit we don't talk about. And then that release schedule then is not a factor.
Because
But the minute we
majority of the
start
time,
talking about
Kaz wants to talk about Star Wars. We talk about it because it's a weekly fucking thing. You know, for a fact, somebody's gonna be like, yo, did you see this week's episode? Boom, we're gonna be talking about it. So that's the topic.
Yeah, so now picture what we're gonna see with Echo. When they drop all 5 at once. What's the topic gonna be? Are we gonna discuss all 5 episodes? Is there gonna be one episode that we're like, yo, we gotta talk about this? And for right now, don't worry about the other 4. It's just episode number 3 is the one that shit happens in. Are we gonna jump around like that? That's something we're gonna have to consider now.
We never considered that.
That's why I said we're gonna have to consider it now.
No, whenever we spoke about 3 different episodes once because Cabs and them didn't watch the shit, and we was all over the fucking place.
3 episodes of what?
Loki.
They didn't drop 3 episodes at once.
No, but we had to wait for Cabs to talk about an episode, and then he watched the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, but it still fit in our. Last week was this episode. This week is this episode. Next week is this episode. Again, we'll see how this feels and what it looks like when Echo drops.
Five episodes is way too long, Mr. Loki. They should be able to do it all in 15 minutes. It's too much content.
I mean, think about it, Ben. If they're sitting there going, this isn't good to begin with, which is what they've been telling us, and then they shortened it down to 5 episodes, given the runtime of how all these shows go, where it's an hour 1 episode, 30 minutes for the second one, 45 for the third, 20 something for the fifth. Like, given all that, wouldn't this have just been better to be a fucking hour and a half, 2-hour movie? Like, why make
No.
5 episodes of something that you don't even believe in? Just make a tight movie and release the movie.
Because then the movie won't do nothing.
Yeah, but they're not
There's a
predicting
longer
the show
story
to
in
do
it.
anything.
I can tell you none of the fucking shows are going to do anything. None of the shows have ever done anything.
So then the movie's not a far-fetched idea. Just throw
It
the
is
movie on
when
Disney Plus and
you're going to spend millions of dollars on the fucking movie. No one's going to watch it.
but they spend millions of dollars on this 5 episodes that maybe nobody will watch besides us. So what's the difference?
Yeah, and then so you just cheated us out of 6 hours worth of content.
No, what I'm saying is, if you don't believe that this show is good and you cut an episode already, then why not give us a tight 2-hour fucking block that you know is going to be good? Why stretch? Why give us 5 episodes of something that they're telling us wasn't good? There's no.
What up, Cole?
Whether you think it's too much content or not, bad content is not good. It's worthless.
Tell that to fucking She-Hulk.
We've said that. We've shouted on every mountaintops about that fucking show.
So I don't believe when they say this shit is bad. I honestly think they cut an episode because the shit was too good. They don't want Echo to be a fucking main character. They don't want Kingpin to be a main character. That's probably what it is. Every time they say something, I don't believe nothing they say. You know why? Because they don't know shit. If they knew shit, we wouldn't be bitching about fucking. We wouldn't be talking about fucking She-Hulk.
But the writers told us what She-Hulk was. They told us they didn't know
how
to
to
write.
show that had nothing to do with law.
But they told us they didn't know how to write law scenes. They told us what the fuck they were aiming for. They told everything they said about
that
the
makes it
Rock
okay?
Show. They said, huh?
That makes it okay. No, they told us in the show this was a fucking law show. Then they said after the fucking fact they don't know how to draw. They don't know how to write for laws.
Yeah.
I don't understand how mediocrity is better than mediocrity.
I'm not saying it is.
For that, everyone in Marvel should shoot themselves.
I'm not. Dude,
don't give me There should be no more movies. No more movies ever. Martin Scorsese should go to a fucking pizzeria and deliver pizza.
Dude,
because it's bad. They said it's bad.
What I'm saying is
the same people that said The Flash was the fucking good movie.
Dude, if you can make a great 2-hour movie, that is better than giving us 5 episodes of something you told us wasn't going to be good. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying mediocrity and I'm saying make something that's good, and it doesn't have to be fucking 5 episodes of shit.
You can't just make 5 good episodes?
Apparently not. I'm not not the one behind this shit. They're telling us they couldn't make 5 good episodes. They told us that this is not something I have imparted, or that's not something I'm wishing or hoping for, or I pulled out of thin air. This is what they have told us. So my response is, well, then you should have just found the fucking good meat, the 2-hour movie, and gave us that instead of just releasing it all at once and going, fuck it, we already told you it was bad.
No,
Let's see
what they should have did was fired every single person that wrote that fucking show and directed it, and banned them from ever writing again. Like, if they pick up a pen to write their name on a fucking receipt, I want them arrested, and get new people that could write.
But
we just sat through a strike that pushed back all the fucking projects for these people to make money, and they can't even make good content.
But they learned that lesson now with Blade and with Daredevil. This was already too far down the pipe for that.
Still fire them. They started over, fire them. Send their ass to DC. Shit. Where is this at? Don't tell me, oh, this shit ain't good, so we're gonna fucking send it out. No. Fire the motherfuckers. Fire every single one of them. Fire the motherfucker who came up with the idea to fucking make a Echo a fucking TV show and then start from scratch.
No, it's too late for that. They've already done it.
It's never too late for that. It's not out.
So then you don't want them to put it out at all.
Listen, you can give me 5 fucking bullshit episodes. You could write it, record it, and give it to me by fucking January right now. If you start right now, you could probably give me some shit that goes up to January. If you're saying the shit's that fucking bad, then you can have a fucking baby write a goddamn TV show. There's 5 episodes, and it should be better than what the fuck they're giving me. Obviously, you can't have. There's not gonna be any. They didn't hire anybody that knows how to fucking fight. There's not gonna be any speaking because they didn't hire anybody that knows how to fucking speak. We already know no one's gonna be able to hear in this fucking show because they didn't hire nobody that knows how to write for people that can fucking hear. So what's left? Colors? Because if it's okay to fucking put out a goddamn show where it's a fucking hero show that's not a hero, a law show that they don't know how to write about law, and it's a comedy that no one knows how to make any fucking thing funny, that's okay to throw out. But this fucking Spanish woman or this fucking ethnic woman comes out and she got a TV fucking show, and now all of a sudden, oh, it's a piece of shit. We should have never thrown it out. Here goes your shit any fucking way. It's always fucking convenient. It's always convenient when the black man starring in Blade. Issues up where we might cancel the fucking show. When there's a fucking ethnic woman starring in fucking Echo, these shits suck. We're just gonna throw it all in because you can't do nothing. Nah, it's hard to write for deaf people. Meanwhile, there's fucking seven seasons of a deaf man and 3 fucking good episodes of a deaf man in fucking She-Hulk. But they don't. Minorities are here. Can't do it. Superman is not here.
But they're restarting for Daredevil because that was bad. Ms. Marvel was pretty good.
But they can't restart for Echo.
It's already too late. It's already done.
So was fucking Daredevil, from what I understand.
No, Daredevil. They did 4 episodes out of 18.
So they did 90% of Echo, and they scrapped it.
Dude,
and restarted.
Bob Iger and the fucking money people over there. They're not gonna waste their money.
Apparently. There's no excuse for this shit.
Dude, there is a perfect excuse for this.
None of them I would.
Dude, if I told you, right, that in order to run this channel, you had to put out 3 videos a day. All the different shit. Monday, you had to do the Monday Night Raw watch along, a Monday Night Raw rewatch from when it first started in 93, and a fucking Superstars show from back in the 80s. Monday. Tuesday, another 3 fucking different shows on comics. Wednesday, 3 different shows on sports, and so on and so forth. At what point are you just gonna run out of ideas and you're like, yo, this is what I got. This is what I got for today.
Never.
It's bullshit. Never. It's
As one man
impossible
doing all
to
that
do.
shit, I could. As one man doing all that shit, I could do it perfectly. The only time that's impossible is when you have a team of hundreds of people thinking shit up. That's when it's impossible. When one man does it, no problem. When there's $1 billion company paying hundreds of millions of dollars to hundreds of people to think shit up, issue. I take those odds any day. With a full-time fucking job. I'll do that shit with 2 full-time fucking jobs. No issue.
Okay.
Because if it's a problem for Disney to do it, then it's no problem for me to do it. Amateurs, they're amateurs. Never seen some shit like that. That's like a fucking heart surgeon going, I did a surgery 2 weeks ago. I can't fuck with you. I can't work on your heart.
Yeah, but if that heart surgeon had to do 6 a day,
You'd be surprised. You'll be surprised.
dude, how many shifts did I work at Throgs Night before I just turned around and had to quit for 6 months? Sit down and just do
10
nothing.
years worth of fucking shifts. 10 years. Not 10 days, not 10 episodes. 10 years of doubles.
And how long has the MCU been running? Since 2018.
20
since
years.
2008. Since 2008.
20 years. 20 years. Dude, years, again, hundreds of fucking people.
But Bob Chapek who was in charge at the time, didn't give a shit about the quality. He just wanted, put shit out. Just put shit out because it's not enough for you. You wanted to watch more. You wanted to watch more.
So throw him in jail.
They fired his ass. That's why they fired his ass.
No, it's not good enough. Throw him in jail. Not good enough. I never understood. It's too much. It's too much to do when you got fucking writing hundreds of fucking episodes for a fucking soap opera. 7 different soap operas, hundreds of episodes each. Fucking a TV show about a fucking nerd that like fucking comics. 12 fucking seasons, 20 episodes each season. That's no problem.
Dude,
a girl that can't hear. Issue.
Dude, you're writing one thing for 12 seasons.
So are they.
Not 12 shows that all have to interconnect and all have to tell a bigger story and all have to run congruent with other shit.
The person who wrote Moon Knight and the person who wrote She-Hulk are the same person?
No.
So there you go. That whole argument, they got to write multiple shit that's out the window.
No, but all right. Well, how much did Moon Knight tie into?
It doesn't matter.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter.
But it does.
It's a good TV show.
Dude, it's
a good TV show.
Because look what happened with the Marvels. Nobody saw Miss Marvel. So when people went to see the Marvels and Kamala Khan's on the screen, they're like, who the fuck is this?
That's their fucking problem.
Well, it's turning into our problem.
It's not a secret that you had a fucking TV show. It's not a secret.
To certain people it is.
Well, them certain people need to go to jail too.
Because, dude, what you're forgetting is now it's turning into our problem because you like the Marvels, right? Lowest grossing fucking movie Marvel's ever done. Lowest rated movie Marvel's ever done. Lowest, everything the lowest because all the other people had nothing to do with women. People were just tired of the shit.
No, it had everything to do with women. There were 3 women that were leading that movie.
Vin, I looked at all the fucking reviews on that. Not one of the majority of the reviews had nothing to do with the MCU. They put too many women. all of it was just that the movie was not good.
And
As a
there's
matter
a
of
lot
fact,
of Trump
the
supporters that
majority
don't
of
mention
people,
race, but they're racist.
the majority of the people actually praised the actresses and said they wish they were in a better movie. So in this one case, that had nothing to do with it. They're just tired of the way Marvel has been downsloping, and they checked out.
Nah,
What do you mean? No, that's what the.
they didn't. They
That's
didn't
what it
get.
is.
They weren't tired of the Marvels when Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out.
Dude, again, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is a separate issue. That's a conclusion of something that was off to the side. That wasn't an add-on to the whole multiverse saga.
It don't matter. If they're really that tired of the shit, they wouldn't watch it.
Uh, dude, all the evidence is right there.
Ain't nobody was tired of fucking Barbie.
Barbie's its own fucking thing. That has nothing to do with
On
anything else.
everybody talking about that has shit to do with the Matrix and all that other bullshit.
Who the fuck's talking about Barbie and the Matrix?
Fucking people. I don't watch that garbage. Well, since Ray's here, let's talk about the fucking Fantastic Four.
Is right here?
No, but he ain't coming anytime soon. So let's fucking get into the topic before Kofi starts fucking fighting with you. What up, Krills? Yeah, we know you love Barbie. That was his favorite character in Training Day. So now they're saying and Anya Taylor Swift is gonna be Anya Taylor Joy is gonna be the Silver Surfer.
Now, is it confirmed that she's playing Norrin Red, or is she just playing a Silver Surfer? Because there's a difference. Galactus has many heralds, and just to make one of his new heralds a Silver Surfer is vastly different than making her Norrin Red.
I don't know. But what I do know is I don't see it. Like I get it the way people explain it. But you telling me she can't be somebody else? She
Well,
can't play the Thing or Doctor Doom?
here's my thing. Again, is she playing the character, or is she just voicing the character? Like, I need to know to what extent is she this character?
She
Like,
would
that's
probably be
what I need
playing
to
it.
know in order to make a full judgment of this. Because there is definitely ways that this could work, and there's definite ways that this would be like, huh, that's a weird decision for no reason.
I don't know. This is all rumors. So you tell me how it works.
I'm reading it right now just to see.
Because to be honest with you, like I said, nothing against her, but hey, the Silver Surfer I know is the guy.
All right, so they're saying it's a gender bending Silver Surfer, but again, it's not specific as if she's just a female Silver Surfer. Like, instead of Norrin Red, they pick somebody else, or if she's Norrin Red.
I don't know.
There's too much. There's too much to speculate to get a full analysis of whether this is gonna be good or not. Because there's definite ways. Like I said, there's definite ways it could be good. Her doing motion capture, voicing, them using her like parts of her facial features to construct Norrin Red can all be good. Her being a different version of a Silver Surfer, it could be good. So I just need more information than what the fuck they're telling us right now. Same thing with like Pedro Pascal. I don't know if I like him for Reed Richards. Can he do it? Absolutely. But
I don't know if I like him for Reed Richards either, because I'm not saying he comes off as a stupid man, but he doesn't give me the smartest man in the room vibe. He gives me the if you need shit done, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I could see him more as Benjamin Grimm. He'd be my pick for Thing.
I could see him as a Gambit, an old ass Gambit, or Wolverine or some shit. Like I could see him as someone who gets shit like the man's man. The Reed Richards. Reed Richards, you need someone that walks around like if he's on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? Like someone that either looks like a science teacher or walks around like fucking I'm better than you type shit. Like a Dr. Doomish, just someone who doesn't know it. You know, a naive version of
You
Dr.
need like
Doom.
a Neil deGrasse Tyson type.
Yeah, you know, because it's either you go Bill Nye the Science Guy or Henry Cavill. You know?
Henry Cavill can't do Mr. Fantastic. I mean, John Krasinski didn't look like the smartest motherfucker in the room even before he said, "Hey, Black Bolt, this is how you defeat him."
Yeah. But I don't know where people are coming up with these ideas for this shit. Like at this point now, I think instead of for going after the character, they're going after little nuances. Like Anya Taylor Joy. I understand what the guy's saying because she does look majestic. She does have that vibe to her that she would be like how the Silver Surfer is and all that other shit. But it's like that's not enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you also need someone who's gonna feel imposing. Because even the comics of the female Silver Surfers, they look like they could fucking like somebody you got to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Silver Surfer has never been imposing.
In the one with the women's, they look mad as shit. But what I'm saying is, I'm used to the one that we know from the cartoons, the movies that was there, the comics. Like I'm used to that one, and we've been waiting for so fucking long for the MCU to have the Fantastic Four. Give us the fucking Fantastic Four. Don't stop jerry rigging shit for us. You will do this. You experimented with the last fucking Fan 4 stick. It failed. Give us the Fantastic Four. Give us that. I'm pretty sure there's someone that she can play like an evil scientist or something like fucking Poison Ivy or something. I'm pretty sure she could be someone else in the MCU if we really wanted her in there. Give us the fucking Fantastic Four the way it's supposed to be. Don't give us fucking reverse suit Spider-Man and call him Dr. Doom. Don't give me my fucking Dhalsim and call him Mr. Fantastic. You know, like let's get some like I liked what's his name as Ben Grimm from the original Fantastic Four.
Oh, Michael Chiklis?
Yeah, I liked him as Ben Grimm. But we also, the one thing that people forget, Ben Grimm is also intelligent. He's just not as intelligent as Reed Richards. He went to college with him. He's a jock that's also intelligent and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was part of the shit that was missing in that movie. You know, because I think they just put out the Thing. They didn't put out Ben Grimm.
But for which one? Fantastic or for the
No, the originals. The fucking thing in Fantastic, he was too big, but that was another one. It's like you're giving us too much thing, not Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's off too much, and I
Yeah.
don't know who's the woman that's playing fucking Sue Storm.
I don't who they say Vanessa Kirby? Is that was that the latest one?
Yeah,
Yeah, so she's Shaw's sister in Hobbs and Shaw.
does she strike you as someone who's
For Sue Storm? Yeah.
like they have her next to the comic book version of Sue Storm, and yeah, it looks exactly the same. But does she strike you as someone who can act to that degree?
Yeah. Sue Storm's not difficult to fucking play.
Somebody said Emily Blunt.
I mean Emily Blunt, yeah, that's another one, but I mean I think at this point people just want her in because she was supposed to be Black Widow.
What about Anya Taylor-Joy as Sue Storm?
I think she's too young looking for somebody that's supposed to be with Reed Richards, and we don't know when they're gonna pull him from and shit. So, Anya Taylor-Joy could be, what do you call it? She should have been this person here. Oh, let me turn down the brightness. That's Nova. That's one of Galactus's heralds. I think she might have actually been before Silver Surfer. I mean that she could have played that if you wanted to just stick with convention, but dude, we gotta stop thinking. We gotta stop thinking that they're just gonna take page by page what we see in the comic books and put it up on screen. Those days are done.
I get it, but I still want somebody that's gonna resemble the character.
Again, I think there's a way they could do it to where she would. But the fact that everything's saying that it's a clear gender swap, then that's
Yeah, she can't be. Wasn't it Hank McCoy? What you said the Silver Surfer's name was? Ed
Norrin Red.
Olsen. Norrin Red. I ain't gonna believe her as a Norrin Red.
Dude, but we all, I know this is not as similar, but we all love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's nothing like Wolverine. So I mean, she is a fantastic actress. Who knows?
Yeah.
She might just put in one of the best fucking performances, and just might make us forget this whole shit and like, oh, you know what? Fucking nobody else but her.
It's true. But now this is where I ask the question. Besides Shang-Chi, have we had any new male heroes?
Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, half the Eternals.
That took place the Eternals don't count. I don't think they're ever going to acknowledge the Eternals again. And Werewolf by Night, when was that take place?
Huh?
When did Werewolf by Night take place?
It actually takes place on our timeline. I gotta look up because there is a spot for it in the thing. We also Blade is introduced. Daredevil is introduced. There's quite a few guys still there.
Yeah, but you mentioned lower level people. Right now, the Young Avengers is looking like the Woman Squad. What were they called in no wait in Endgame? What'd you call them? With Pepper
Oh, A-Force?
Potts, A Force. It's looking more like A Force than Young Avengers.
How? Because you got Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Stature, or whatever they call Scott Lang's daughter. Then you got Wiccan. You got his brother,
Who's
whatever the
Wiccan?
fuck they call him. Wanda's
Who's Wiccan?
kids. Huh? Wanda's kids.
Well, they
Wiccan
haven't
is
fully came back.
yeah, but that's the belief. Then you got Patriot, who's sitting out there with his grandfather. You got Iron Lad, which is who I think they're gonna make the kid from Iron Man 3. He might become Iron Lad. So that's now 4 out of the 7 potential people are guys.
They're a speculation.
Well, I mean, it's all speculation right now. We don't know who the fuck's part of the team. The only 2 part of the team we know for sure are Marvel and Kate.
And what's her name? Anya? Scarlet Witch is
No, she's part of the. She's not part of the team group. That she's part of the Thunderbolts. So, Werewolf by Night takes place after Thor: Love and Thunder and before Quantumania. That's where it is on the timeline.
but it came out before both of them.
No, it came out on what, Halloween. I really wish they would tell me when the fuck it came out on here.
It came out at Christmas, didn't it?
No, Werewolf by Night
It
was a
came out.
Halloween thing.
Well, it came out right before the fucking Christmas special for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's where it takes place in the timeline.
Yeah, and that was right before. Okay, so I guess Thor: Love and Thunder came out in November, right?
I don't.
No, Thor: Love and Thunder
No, that's
because
I feel like
Wakanda
that was
Forever
early.
came out in Wakanda Forever came out in December.
February.
It came out in February. All right, so
Yeah.
so I think Thor: Love and Thunder came out in November then, because then Quantumania came out in January, and Wakanda Forever came out in February, because that was the 3 type movies there.
Yeah. Damn,
The
Thor:
shit
Love
that's
and Thunder
confusing
came
me
out
is
in the summer of 2022.
no, I think it came out in the winter. It came out in July. Shit. What about Ironheart?
Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder came out July 8th.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm so fucking mad at what Taika had to say about that shit. Like,
Yo, that's another thing. We should sue him for get his money back, because that's. I can't be the only fucking person that takes this shit personal. Like, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's straight up bullshit. That is worse than CM Punk. That's worse than fucking Cody Rhodes. That's worse than Bruce Pritchard on a Tuesday with no celery sticks. What did he say? He said he just did Thor: Love and Thunder for the movie. He just did the MCU for the money, right?
so he did Thor: Love and Thunder for the money. he had no clue about Thor beforehand. He didn't read any of the comics. He didn't like any other of the Thor movies. He thought, which the only true part of the statement is that Thor was probably the weakest franchise Marvel had, which is, like I said, the only true part of that statement. But then he just went into it, read a little bit about it, and then just made fucking movies. And it's like, dude, one, why the fuck would you, if you never wanted to make these movies, if you never wanted to make these type of movies, and you only did it for the money, why did you go for one that, even though I personally didn't like, everybody else thought was pretty good? Why would you go from that to making a bullshit one when, even if you didn't read the source material, you have the source material there. You have two distinct storylines that would have made your movies some of the best fucking movies around. And if you're gonna do it for a payday, why not just make the best fucking movie you can make instead of this fucking bullshit that
Because I
fucking
think
destroys a character, makes Chris Hemsworth not want to fucking come back and do any more of this shit, puts Marvel in a bad spot, puts the fans in a bad spot, and then you get to just fucking walk away and do another fucking his next movie. He says in the fucking trailers all the time, I know nothing about soccer, and I made a movie about soccer, and I know even less. My man, effort, a little bit of fucking effort into shit, my man.
yeah.
Now you gotta find. Now he's doing a Star Wars film, and he's sitting there going, "Oh, the Star Wars fans are gonna hate this movie." Why the fuck are you doing it?
Why are they letting him do it?
Because he's like Howard Stern back in the '90s. He's a big enough name that the people who like him are gonna watch it because Taika did it, and the people who hate him are gonna watch it to see how bad he fucks it up. Because outside of Marvel, he actually does good work. When it's shit he wants to do or he knows about, it's actually fucking good. But I don't get the whole the fans are gonna hate this one. Why the fuck are you doing it? Who the
Yeah,
fuck makes
why?
movies? Or what are you, Yuva Bowl? Who makes movies that that are intentionally made for nobody to like?
Especially when you're doing it on a fucking genre that's like Star Wars or Marvel or some shit like that. It's like, yo, I'm telling you, they need to get him. He needs to give his money back. He needs to give whatever we paid him back, because that's fucking ridiculous to sit here. Like you said, fucking World War Hulk was the premise of Ragnarok. That could have been an amazing fucking movie. And the Mighty Thor was the premise of Thor: Love and Thunder. That could have been an amazing movie also.
Yeah.
Because not for nothing, you could have had the movie with just Jane Foster saving shit, and she's losing the kids, or whatever the case may be, and Thor is on a journey trying to find himself where he wasn't lost. It was just he just whatever the case may be, and then he's like, "Yo, they need your help in Asgard," and he finds out that Jane's been killing herself protecting him while he's been fucking around feeling sorry for himself, and that's could have been the thing. Like, yo, I need to get back on my game because I can't have this woman die on me. You know what I'm saying? We got to go find the kids, blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we hashed it out. There's a myriad of things he could have done. I just don't understand. Everybody, again, besides me, because I was not a fan, but the majority of people praised you for what you did for Thor 3, for Ragnarok, how much life you put back into Thor. And then your next subsequent one, instead of taking all that praise and going, all right, cool, let's elevate it, let's push it up, let's
keep the momentum.
Let me look into this more and give the fans something. You went the complete opposite way and just said, "Hey, how dumb can I make this shit?"
Yeah.
Because for everything that I don't like about Thor Ragnarok, you know what it wasn't? It wasn't dumb.
Yeah.
It wasn't silly, dumb, stupid shit.
For the sake of silly, dumb, stupid shit.
Yeah.
Because he set up nothing. And then he brought Hercules, where I don't know about you, but if there was a god killer and you was afraid of him, why would you send your son to go put fear in the humans so they could believe in the gods again? Why wouldn't you have Hercules go kill the fucking god killer, then put fear in the humans?
Why does Hercules need to put fear in anybody? The motherfucker's been a hero since day one, and like, yeah, him
Yeah.
and Thor specifically don't get along, but he's never been a fucking villain. This is not Ares. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
that's not even the legend of Hercules when you fucking read Greek mythology. Like,
yeah, this is true. This is true. So, okay, so now if you had to pick, I know it's difficult, but who would you pick to be Johnny Storm? Because that's the one person I didn't hear no rumors for.
you know, the funny thing is, I don't know any of these new actors.
Yeah, me neither. But I've always been bad with names.
You know, if I watch more television, I might be able to give you a name, but I don't have a name. I don't even know where the fuck to look, to be honest. I mean, you
For
can literally, all you have to do is get somebody who can have just as much boyish charm and charisma as any fucking person on the Disney Plus, on the Disney Channel back in the fucking early 2000s.
yeah, that's true.
Like if Zac Efron was still younger, put him in that role.
Shit. I could see it just in the stupidity part because he does play a stupid
Nah,
pretty
but
well. But
I'm
now
talking
he's
about
playing
before
Eric.
he got to that phase where he was
Yeah.
all stupid, like the High School Musical shit.
Now he's playing one of Von Erichs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Kerry Von Erich, the Texas Tornado.
Him and
Which
MJF are playing.
So far, all the reviews I've seen for that had praised not only him in that role, but the movie as a whole.
It's like the next wrestler,
Darker
the
than
movie
that.
The Wrestler.
Yeah.
Well,
But they're like, yo,
I
this is
imagine it's
some
darker
serious
than.
shit.
I imagine it's darker because I know the story of the Von Erichs, but I'm just saying like how the wrestler was good, and I'm pretty sure people wanted to give it like awards and all other shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. You know, something just reminded me. You brought up Doom before. The latest rumor I heard was Cillian Murphy, the guy who played Oppenheimer. Or
How do you feel about that? Because I saw that too. He's rumored to play Doom.
I like that because I think he has just enough. Because I've seen a little bit of Pinky Blinders. I haven't seen much of it, but I've seen a little bit. I've seen enough to know that he has the presence, the unsettling presence, that if he's standing there in the room with you, you don't know if he's going to kill you or not.
He has that look on his face. Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I need in my Dr. Doom. He's got a good voice to be in all the fucking in the suit and all that shit, but he's also got that look that outside of the suit, you can very easily see why he would think he's better than Reed Richards. And why he wouldn't be afraid of shit, and why you should be afraid of him, and why people would follow him. Even though I've said a million times, Doom is a good leader, but people would follow his ass even if he wasn't a good leader. But then again, watch Pinky Blinders, because the little bit I've seen, he has that shit where he's like, yo, I'd follow that motherfucker anywhere, but he's the leader of the gang.
Okay, and that's on Netflix.
I hope so. It was.
Like, yeah, it's on.
It's still there.
When I Google it, yeah, it's on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Apple TV for $2. Shit,
That's another one. You know, Batista has what do you call it? Him tattooed on his leg.
Peaky Blinders or
Yeah.
just the actor?
No, he has Cillian Murphy as his character from Peaky Blinders tattooed on his leg.
How badass is this motherfucker?
The show, again, I don't watch too much television, so I didn't get into it. But apparently, Peaky Blinders is supposed to be a really top-notch show.
Shit. But I don't know. There's something about him that I feel like there's something missing for Doom.
That's because you're used to seeing Doom in the armor looking fucking big and swole. That's just that's just armor. That's not him.
The Fantastic Four is coming out after the X-Men?
Before. It's supposed to be 2025.
And that's before King Dynasty.
Yeah, Kang Dynasty might not even fucking come out. They fired all the people involved with that, and they're looking for new motherfuckers for that shit.
So here's the thing now, because I saw a video that they said that the MCU would make its biggest mistake if they replace Kang for Doom. How do you feel about that?
I don't agree with that. Because they
replacing Kang for Doom, or it's a mistake?
I don't believe it would be a mistake, because you already fucked up. You fucked up Kang so much already. Let's say they keep things going. He Who Remains, dead. Victor Timely, dead and null. Kang the Conqueror, dead. Mortis, the Pharaoh, Ramatut, and the Sentry, the Scarlet Centurion. They're sitting in a room full of 15 other dudes, but every time we see Kang on screen, he gets wiped by whoever the fuck's fighting him. Who, again, I've said it time and time again. If all these Kangs are coming, and it's supposed to be bad for us, which ones? Who? Where? Because we have been able to handle every single fucking version of Kang that has showed up so far. So which ones are we not supposed to be able to handle? Which one's the bad one? Which one's the one they're all afraid of? Who is it? And you can't just tell me, oh, there's a million of them, so that's what we're afraid of. Because then, all right, so then a million come in here and wipe out everybody. So then there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
Yeah.
So I personally don't think it's a mistake. If you want to pivot, fucking pivot now when there hasn't been an impact. It'd be a mistake to pivot if Quantum Mania ended with Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne stuck in the quantum realm and Kang coming into our world and taking out his daughter, Hank Pym, Janet Van Dyne, and whoever else is sitting in that room. And now he's just here with us, and they're stuck over there. Then it'll be a mistake to pivot because we're like, oh, we got something we can build off of.
Yeah. How would you bring in Doom?
Simple. I'd have someone who finds what do you call it? Let's do a movie or a fucking not even a movie. Let's do it like this. You know how Werewolf by Night was just some fucking random special that happened?
Yeah.
Let's have a random special. Pick a character out of a fucking hat. Somebody we've seen before, we've never seen before. I don't give a shit at this point. Pick somebody. That person finds out that all these Kangs are sitting in the Council of Kang in whatever universe, whatever pocket they're in. Figures out how to close off that pocket. They are all trapped in that motherfucking pocket. Maybe you could bring one or two of them out later if you have a good idea later on down the road. But for now, they're all trapped in that pocket. And then Doom comes out and he's the one to snuff the last one that didn't make it in there. The last one that's floating around, he snuffs him out. And then we see Doom build Battle World, leading into Secret Wars. And instead of getting Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, we get a fucking Avengers movie where they all fucking come together and
Doom's
formulate a
Dynasty.
team, because a bigger impact for Secret War would be, hey, we finally got our fucking team together. Shit, now they're in Battle World. They might have to face off against each other or something else is going on. It's like, we just got this fucking team.
Yeah.
That's how I'd do it. But not before I made Sam Wilson a woman for no reason at all.
You make Sam a woman?
I was joking that last part.
Oh.
Because they seem to just like changing shit up for no reason. Which is hey, if that's what they're gonna do, they gotta live and die by that fucking sword. So
Is there anyone else that you could replace Kang with? Because somebody's mentioned making Loki the guy.
nah, Loki's too busy holding everything together.
That's what I
If
was.
Loki became the bad guy, you then do the same shit you did to Scarlet Witch to him. You negate all that fucking character growth he went through to become the god of stories and holding all this shit together, to now just make him revert back to the motherfucker who shouldn't have been sitting there in the first place.
So who would you replace if it wasn't Doom? Who would you put?
To tie into the Eternals and to tie into some other parts of the fucking world and stick with the cosmic, I'd have Eternals 2 come out, and Asherim is putting on trial whoever the fuck he has with. I don't even remember who he took with him. Whichever Eternals he has with him, they're on trial because what they did and putting that dude up in the ocean that nobody seems to see has drawn the ire of a world-ending fucking colossus that the Celestials are not going to stop. That planet, what do you call it? They're already, that Celestial in Earth is dead, so they don't care if Earth gets destroyed. Galactus is showing up. He's now the big bad, and now you have to fight his herald, be it Silver Surfer regular or Silver Surfer Anya Taylor-Joy or whoever the fuck they put. That's the only other big bad I can see that they have now. Or my last option is your big bad is incursions. Just incursions. Doctor Strange 3's got to go stop one. What the fuck's her name? Monica Rambeau is in one. So that universe is now colliding with us.
Yeah.
And you can get a fucking no big bad. We can get X-Men versus Avengers. Because their world's bleeding into our world. Their world heroes are mutants. And maybe some other superheroes. And our world is fucking all heroes, no mutants. With the exception of Miss Marvel and Namor. Then how cool would it be to see Namor sitting there supposed to be on our side, and he goes, "Oh, but I'm actually one of them," and switch sides to the other fucking universe.
That would be dope. Yeah. All right. So what about the setup for Kang and the celestial shit? What if they brought as a big bad Apocalypse?
I don't think you could do it without explaining the X-Men of our universe, like how we get X-Men.
It would have to be an incursion. That Apocalypse, because remember in the cartoon at least, he went into that area where he can go back and forth in time and all this other shit. He could be in that area where he's going jumping through fucking timelines and in the multiverse. He could be one of the Kangs that was there, and because remember he was also a pharaoh.
So I just laugh because your replacement for Kang is just a Kang variant. We're just gonna call Apocalypse.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that'd be a little too much setup to get him in there.
right now with so many questions unanswered and so many possibilities, it's hard to determine who the big bad is. If it's not Kang.
There is no big bad.
In all honesty, yeah, I think
You know
how you said the big bad should be incursions. The big bad's probably the timeline.
You know who the big bad is right now? I'm slipping on the name. Bob Iger.
What's her name?
Bob Iger is the big bad right now.
Because he can't write a fucking story.
No, he's the guy who's in charge of Disney right now. He's the CEO. And a close second to him, and this might be blasphemous to say for all the nerds out here, but a close second big bad is Kevin fucking Feige. Yo, you had it for 13 years or however many years for the first from 2008 until 2019 when Endgame ended. You had it. And all of a sudden you fucking lost it and you're fumbling it like fucking Tiki Barber.
What?
At what point are we gonna stop blaming the players and start looking at the coach and go, maybe this coach don't know what the fuck he's doing anymore. He lost control of the team.
What if the big bad was Deadpool? And we do a Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
I think that would just be a waste of Sam and Bucky and all these people we had because they all had to die.
Well, I would say that Deadpool kills the Marvel universe in his universe, but then And this is where you would tie it around, because the only two people I know that will actually be able to sustain the possibility is She-Hulk and Moon Knight, where because I know the way he killed Professor X is that he actually convinced Professor X that he was a character in a comic book, and Professor X's brain couldn't comprehend it, and it blew up. And that's how he killed Professor X. So maybe he does that in his universe, and She-Hulk and Moon Knight, since there's split personality, She-Hulk knows there's something, like she breaks the fourth wall anyway, so it doesn't fuck her up that much, and Moon Knight's already fucked up. So it's just one of those things that they can fight them. It wouldn't be an Avengers movie, but it'll be some big bad shit.
Yeah, but then the problem is people love Deadpool and people want Deadpool around. So making him the big bad, you just null and void Deadpool.
Because even if you make Wanda the big bad again, and Wanda does no more mutants, so that whole storyline where she erased everything, and you have Spider-Man and Wolverine, like, this isn't how it's supposed to be. This isn't right. Because those are also big. I think the problem is right now we're trying to pull too big of a storyline between the comics, instead of writing a storyline that suits the movies. But what suits the movies when they legitimately ended everyone's run? Because how do you have Thanos come back for essentially little teenagers?
You don't. Yo, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it seems like there's solutions to be had, and who knows? Our solutions may be right, may be wrong. But one thing's for certain: neither us nor the motherfuckers in charge have the answers to this solution, to this problem. They don't have the solution. So again, I beg the question: at what point do we look at the people in charge and go, "Hey, yeah, not as fucking you're not as put together as you thought you were once."
I mean, the fact that the shit with Kang is fucking everything up. They could do a thing where they introduce multiple people and then they have one story. Well, they can't do that because they just fucked up Kang and Loki.
Yeah.
So why would Loki have one thing?
Dude, forget Jonathan Major's legal problems. They wrote themselves into a corner by making one man play 15 million versions of one person.
But what fucked him up is that what is he gonna fight now? Like, what is Kang gonna do that Loki can't just be like, well, nope, we stop this? Remember what Sylvie said? What, you gonna play God? And Loki's like, I am a god. So,
but now here begs the question: what can anybody do? Like, why would Loki let incursions continue?
Yeah.
Why would Loki let anything happen? Like if you want to play that game, then Loki has no choice but to sterilize the entirety of the MCU. Then there's no point for any of these stories.
Yeah.
Or he's the god of stories, and instead of creating the stories, he's simply maintaining the vehicle in which these stories are allowed to grow and foster, and we see what happens when this incursion happens. Do they stop it? Do they not stop it? What is the result? Whatever happens at the end of Doctor Strange 3, That's the story that was told. And Loki's sole job is to just make sure that the vehicle in which these stories take place is functioning.
I mean, you've been saying they've been writing themselves into a corner for weeks now.
Yeah. I mean, they outthought themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Because no matter how much you write, sometimes it's just gonna be there's no air in this ball.
Yeah. And again, I've been saying this ever since you brought up the, what happened to the fucking hand in the ocean. If me, you, Ray, Cabs, Lay, Kenny, Gigi, Show, Krills, who else am I missing? Hoach. Anybody who's ever been on this channel, if you told us
Kenny,
go out, huh? Kenny, yeah. I can't forget Papa Bear.
Word.
If you told us to go out and each one of us write our own individual stories, and then as we're 90% done with the stories, you said, oh, right, you have this part going in your story, and you want these three people to connect, and then Show and me got to connect our stories to each other, but then also to what you're doing and what Gigi's got going on has got to connect to Ray, but Ray's got to connect to Show, and Show's got to connect back to. You're gonna get a
Playing
big
telephone.
jumbled mess of people who like none of this shit was in my fucking story. Like this is what I want to tell. Unless you did what I said before, you tell all of us to write specifically. You're writing a part of this larger story. So you don't get to tell the story you want to tell. You just get to tell the story I need you to tell in your way. Which is a vast difference.
I mean, we have made shit work before. Shit to fit.
Yeah, but we had the benefit of hindsight. We're not trying to make shit fit in the moment when we have to think of now and the future and projects we don't even know coming.
That's true. That's all we can talk about for now until we get more information about what's next. Because what's happening in Deadpool, and then that's next. But I don't think Echo and What If is gonna show some crazy shit for the future of this shit. So I guess Deadpool, we could pie in the sky
So
that shit next week.
What if? Well, I mean, what if is a fucking thing on its own that who knows? They might actually do an episode. What if motherfuckers talked about the goddamn hand in the ocean?
Right? But we'll save that for next week. We'll either do pie in the sky for Deadpool movies because you already know what's happening in Deadpool, right? They already spoiled some of the shit.
I have a very sneaking suspicion of what's gonna happen based on shit that I've seen, but again, as I always say, I could be wrong, or they could have rewrote shit.
That's true. Well, let's see for next week. We're gonna end it this week because we got an early day tomorrow. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.
Thanks for showing up, Ray.